Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Elpis Fallen Star video. Yes, beyond the drama, if you did not know, this game took a lot on the chin right out of the gate due to the fact that the Japanese servers were getting much better rewards for the most part, not on everything, but for the most part, than the global servers, which of course in turn turned a lot of players off, expectedly and justified. So I stuck with it. Usually in these types of games I don't stick with it, but I figured let's just see what happens with this one. So we're about a month after it coming out, and I just wanted to go over the game, the pros and cons at this point, that at least that I see with the game. Now, the game itself, this is the UI that you are going to get. And first off, we're going to go ahead and hit on out of the gate the banner situation. Now, it is interesting in this game that our newest banner just dropped. It's Ling Yao, Dancing Blade. But they keep everything in this game up for a long time. Like our prior banner was Darkwing, and at launch it was Ghost Samurai. The other ones don't really need to get into. Timmy you can get from the regular poll, etc. Now, it does take 70 recruits to guarantee a 5-star, and that pity does go across the specific recruitment banners as well as future banners. So that is the plus. It is a 50-50, but if you don't get it on the first one, you will get it on the second then. So basically, for all effective purposes, worst case scenario, it's 140 recruits to get the character on that limited banner if you don't get it the first time. So it's actually not horrible comparative to a lot of games. And what I've seen is I've had some pretty good drop rates in this game. So, the recruitment rate is basically at 2% is the basic. Of course, it will be increased for those limited banners. Now, the one thing that has impressed me in this game so far is, yes, okay, we are not getting as much rewards as in Japan. So I wanted to see how that would equate out. And so I've been playing the game now. And what they do is everything lasts a while in this game. As you can see, our first major event still has 6 days remaining. I was able to clear everything out for it, and at this point I just go for getting either more gold rune stones or basic wheat stones. So it's been very helpful because it stays up for so long. And our second banner, Bountiful Fest, same thing. It's still got 13 days left on it, and yes, I finished the story mode on it. The monster extermination, this will stay up. This is one of the nice pluses. So you have right now 3 events, and you are able to claim this for free 3 times a day. One of these choices of resources. So that's been incredibly helpful. And this one is almost done. This is kind of your monster battle area. But my point being is, these events stay up so long, you're able to accumulate a lot of resources. I can only imagine if we were getting into regular areas what they were providing for Japan. That would be absolutely amazing, and I would be very grateful because it does a lot to allow you to build up your account. The other thing they've been very proactive to is their emails with resources. And when they find something wrong, they seem to fix it very quickly, which has been nice. For instance, this particular character, Remy, was supposed to be in the new banner as the 4-star to go along with the 5-star. There was a glitch. It wasn't in there. They gave everybody not only a free copy of it, but also one dupe, which I thought was very good. And again, every time there's a maintenance notice, a bug report, redeem codes, they've been very good about that. So I gotta say, I've been happy with the responsiveness for you. Now, if you're not familiar with the game itself or its gameplay, it's idle. Let's just call it like it is. and you set up your team. On the field, it's per a grid based on if you're a ranged or a frontline type character like a defender or just a physical attacker. You basically can pick where it goes. You have leader skills that you can put into effect. Some will affect the entire team. Some may be to a specific class, so you do have to pay attention to it. A lot of times I prefer either the attack 7% and attack speed 7% to get that increased speed. There's another leader skill that I have, and these come with the characters that you pull, just so you're aware. The 5% attack with the health restoration, if you're having a problem staying alive, is very helpful, as well as I also really like the attack 5%, crit rate up 5%, and crit damage up 5%. But the gameplay itself is 8 characters. Once you get everything fully opened, you just can hit start combat. I do not have full animations running to make things quicker, and then you can go to 2 or 1, and of course the auto, it's going to auto itself either way except for the skill choices, as you see that just popped up to the right hand side. So that's really the only difference when you have it on or off. Team setup on the field goes a long way. In PvP, you can actually put on your defensive team obstacles on the field to build your team around, which is very helpful too. And I do like that aspect because it makes it very creative for when you are playing and setting up your defensive PvP teams. The other thing about the events, which is nice, is they always will have a check-in in their area for you. So you're going to be getting additional rewards. So yes, because they're here for so long, if you happen to miss a day or not, it's not a big concern. You'll also have a mini game, and so far each mini game has been very different. Each of the events will have a story mode in it. Right here, you can see right now, this one's going to have 4 parts to it that are going to open up to it each day. The stories themselves, if you're not interested in them, are always skippable, which I'm always happy when the game does that functionality, because some people just are not interested in them. And then usually intercut between the story modes is you will have another area for combat, which you'll be able to go through. It's just like the combat I showed you before. That is one of the things that doesn't change much except for your higher up boss modes, which I'll show you in a second once this plays through. I just put it on 2.0, and because it's early on in the story, it just like I figured it would finish very quickly. In getting into that, you have 10 chapters right now of the story. I have finished all the chapters of the story itself. But once you finish that normal mode, you do have a hard mode, which I'm almost done with. I'm at 7. And then you have a really hard mode, which is the transcend mode. So there's plenty there. You do have, of course, your resource section where you're going to be able to farm your supplies. You have Hollow Rift, which different areas can open up. And the farther you progress, you get better rewards. And it's just like what you see here. Your Glory Land is your PvP area where you're able to, of course, challenge other characters. And as I stated before, as you can see on my defensive mode up here, you can see you can place different items on the field. It gives you choices of many things. You just go under building and you can place those out on the battlefield and work your team around that to help your team win and get an upper edge, especially if somebody's more powerful than you. And then you have a boss monster mode, which basically you get 3 attempts each day, and you're pushing forward to get to level 9, which is at the end, and then you're competing for rank versus other people at that point in time where the boss won't die, so it's based on damage itself. The other really big area in this game that has a lot of exploration as part of it is your abyss. And this area is going to have all different things for you to pull gear, to be able to farm different things in here, in particular your emblems. You are going to be going through to collect all the materials that you can. You're going to have some battles, which in this area is nice. They do have a quick challenge functionality if you know you can beat it, which makes it very efficient, which is one of the things I like a lot in this game, because what I have found so far is I can spend as much or as little time as want. I can usually get through my dailies in this game very efficiently, and quite honestly sometimes in about 10 minutes if I'm in a rush, because they guide a lot of stuff. Like for instance, in here you'll see a guide area that will show you where you need to go to get things you are missing. You just hit go and you're right there. So it makes it very simple. And then if you choose to, then you can go and farm emblems, etc., which will use up your energy. And you just go into those areas. If it's the emblem you're looking for, it will tell you the type it has. And if you finished it all the way through, you can dispatch it and it will basically do like a skip ticket for you, which makes it really great and efficient. But the map itself is pretty extensive, and but it isn't daunting, and you can get through it very quickly each day, and different things open up periodically. Like you'll see here, this will be starting in 6 days again. This is your monster hunting ground. You do have an idle area in here in the Abyss Vanguards, which basically you are going to be able to send off your characters to. You claim your rewards, you come back, you pick how long you want it to go, and if you choose that you want it to consume different amounts to get more rewards, you hit start exploration and you are off to go. And then the last one that I have, I just need to get to level 14, and that builds up by doing your explorations. So I'm getting close. I'm 1.5 levels basically away from opening up the Dark Corridor, which will allow me to have 3 teams running 20 hours a day to be able to collect even more resources, which is going to help, of course, build everything up that much quicker. On top of that, your dailies are very straightforward. They guide you through everything, so that helps a lot when you're doing this. And you do get a fair amount of rewards in here. But in the end, the game itself, if you like this type of game, does have a lot to offer you. The question is this the type of game you like? It's a great side game. That's what it's really meant to be, at least in my opinion. So that is the very good news if you like having those types of side games in your repertoire of available mobile games for you. I'm going to keep pushing through on this game just because I'm curious to see how it goes. I really like the first game from this publisher, Haze Reverb. I thought it was a very good game. It never really picked up the traction. This game already has the same amount of downloads that Haze Reverb currently has. So it is interesting that they were able to pick up more people in this game, even with the bad press. Again, they're not running into the millions. Both those games, wow, see, that did not even go to pity. Let's see what I got here. Maybe I got lucky and got the limit. There we go. I will take that. Didn't even get the pity. Ling out, got her already. I will take that and run with it. So that is good news for me, at least, because I didn't have to expend that much. Yeah, I basically, that was what, 3 pulls? I will take that right now. But that is the thing about this game that makes it interesting. If it's a type of game you like, they do give you a lot. And again, they did give us a 7-day compensation that was quite significant for the hoopla that happened, but they didn't change the nuts and bolts of these rewards. And that's what I'm waiting to see, if there is going to be a massive adjustment coming through, especially if they think the game can have some longevity. The fact that Haze Reverb at only 100K downloads still is going on right now is a good sign that this is a smaller publisher, somebody that's just looking to build up their name and to keep their games flowing and try as best they can to keep the community happy, and I think they are trying. That's the good news with that. I wanted to do a little overview now. I did one originally with the closed beta. That has come and gone. This was released globally. I did not want to be one of those people looking for clickbait, just coming out and just bashing them. Instead, I wanted to take a long-term view at the game, see where it's at. No, I'm not happy about a different area of the world getting better compensation through areas of the game than global. It happens too much, honestly. Happens in so many games, more often than not. And a lot of times we don't even notice it because it's just nominal, but it does happen all the time. But I wanted to see and push through and see what would happen. And I gotta say, if you like this type of game, you may want to give it a shot. And again, you can always play the Japanese version if you have an account over there or can download the APK. But in the end, I'm gotta say, so far they have been doing better, so that's a good sign. I'll probably circle back in another month with this game and let you guys know if I'm still playing it or not. There's not a lot of people doing content for it if I feel the need is there, but I don't think the game requires a lot of hand holding to be able to do it. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.